Guys, you are not gonna believe this, but we have a Twitter drama video today where Tim Sweeney is arguably the good guy in the Fortnite space, which is absolutely crazy. Now, this is up for debate. You're kind of seeing it, I would say, if I had to guess, around a 60-40 pro Tim Sweeney, but we're going to cover a very interesting situation with Tim Sweeney and an epic dev, and we're going to cover, as always, a bunch of creators and replies to it. What has the gaming community been talking about? We're going to cover it all today in just a second. Before we get into the video, though, I do want to say hello, everybody, and welcome back to another video. If you are new here, my name is Kyle. I am your guy with too many YouTube channels. Let's take a look at this original post over from Smash JT. So, Evan Kinney is a senior programmer for Epic Games, Fortnite game, and Unreal Engine, and tech staff for Games Done Quick. He apparently does not enjoy my coverage of exposing fraudulent game journalists. Hashtag take games back. And what you can see is the reply, or the screenshots along with this, is the profile of Evanosaurus Rex, who is the Epic dev. And I'm not gonna lie to you guys, this is not what the video's about, okay? I don't know what the situation he was saying this in. That's what we're not gonna cover. We're gonna cover Tim Sweeney getting involved with this, okay? So if you guys are interested, we can cover the possibly, because it might be a little bit of a touchy subject, but regardless, you get my point, okay? Evanosaurus Rex had this to say, literally, go off yourself. You are an absolutely vile person. So what a lot of people have been talking about is, okay, an Epic Games dev is doing this. Is a little bit unprofessional, but before we continue going on with this, we got to take a look at another reply, because a lot of people were tagging Tim Sweeney, and this is one of the example tweets. This is one of the top ones to it, at Tim Sweeney Epic. Are these the people you like representing your company? And Tim actually responded to this, and he had this to say: I support my Epic colleagues' rights to express themselves. I think cancel campaigns such as this one from Smash JT above should be rejected, as they attempt to chill the freedom of speech and freedom of association by tearing down the sensible personal company boundaries. Now, we're going to take a look at a lot other opinions on this. This is very, very important for you guys to understand, and I ask you to be adults about this and respect me as somebody who is making this video right now, because it gets into touchy territory. We know that, I know for a fact that Evan has been very outspoken about things that he believes in. I don't know exactly what the original post was about, okay? But I understand that it is in touchy territory. I ask you to not assume anything about my own political beliefs. You don't know anything about me personally that way, and if you comment down below alluding anything of the sorts, you do not know what you're talking about. So please do not do that to me. I ask that you just respect me as somebody making a video covering this entire situation right now. My opinion is not being spoken here. However, I do have an opinion on what Tim Sweeney is doing. That's what I'm talking about. I ask you to not allude what I'm about to say to anything about me in general. With that being said, thank you for listening. Sorry about that. There's just people out there that need to hear that, okay? I love this from Tim Sweeney. I love it. I think that people should be able to express themselves. I always think about it this way, okay? I go to work and I'm essentially a fake person. Everybody needs to shut up. And it's like it's way worse around where I live right now, but I don't think I like the idea of Epic Games being a place where people can say what they want, people can be who they are, people can express themselves. Now, do I agree with everything that everybody says? No, but I do ultimately love the fact that Tim Sweeney is somebody who lets his employees say what they want. They're coming over here and doing their job. That's what's important. So I really, really like that. But let's take a look at what people have been saying about it. Okay, so Smash JT ended up responding to it. Not a canceled campaign, Tim. I'm just surprised this isn't being addressed on some professional level. At this point, with how far the spiral has gone out of control in the industry, I guess I really shouldn't be. And there's another reply to that that's very important. Danny on PC had this to say: you tag his employer's accounts and it's not a canceled campaign. It literally is. Lots of people were tagging Tim Sweeney a lot. And what was the point of it, tagging Tim Sweeney, right? Oh, I'm surprised that it's not just addressed professionally. Translation: hey, I didn't like what this guy said. Let's fire him. And it's ridiculous to me. But let's get into some more replies that aren't directly in that thread. I don't know much more than the surface details of the situation, but fair play for having your employees back. That's where I'm at. I don't even know what Evan was talking about. I don't care what Evan was talking about. I don't. I like the fact that he's allowed to express himself at Epic Games. That is an awesome thing to do. So I find myself agreeing with Blaine Smith over here. Let's keep going over to Panda Casual. Some of us have an interest in Unreal Engine, and when we see this, we no longer feel confident we won't be retaliated against for expressing our own views, because the people who jump in to tell others to F off are exactly the sort who would do that sort of thing. Now, this is a very, very valid point. And honestly, GigaBear could be right. That's something... I don't know if there's necessarily a fix to that. That's the problem. Ultimately, I do believe that people should be free to express themselves, but I also, yeah, that does open the door for that issue. You can no longer feel confident that we'll be retaliated against for expressing our own views. That's a little bit of an issue. So if anybody has a solution to that, just comment down below, and it would be easy to say, okay, well, hey, Evan wouldn't do that. I mean, he could do that, you know, especially if you're free to express yourself. And there are a lot of people who, when people disagree with them in any sort of touchy situation, they automatically have hate eyes for them. I don't know anything about Evan. I don't know if he's a person to do that sort of thing, but that's a problem. That is a problem, and that honestly could happen, and I agree that it's an issue. I just don't know if I have the solution for it. So comment down below if you have anything to say about that. So I want to bring you to another post by Sir Large Gaming over here. Smash JT has also been in hot water for things he said on this platform before and has been exposed on more than one person's live stream. He also supported the Intellivision Amico way after it was clear that it was a scam, but when someone hurts his feelings, he cries cancel. Now, I don't know anything about that situation, and I don't know if Smash JT actually has been in hot water. I don't know who Smash JT is, but obviously with somebody with a little bit of significance, right? The point that I wanted to include this is because I don't like the fact that everybody is trying to cancel people nowadays, because I can guarantee you every single one of you watching this video, myself, anybody with an online presence or anybody in this world, I'm sure there's been some point where you made a mistake or said something that can get you into hot water. And I don't think it's okay to just constantly bring people down because of something that they say. Like, because everybody who tries to deplatform people, everybody who tries to get people fired from their jobs, they're acting like there's just this godsend. Like, they've never done anything wrong. They've never said anything inappropriate, you know? Because I can guarantee if we did a little bit of digging, if we were able to look into people's lives and rewind a little bit, we would find so much worse. And the people, honestly, the people trying to bring other people down, I'm honestly, and this is my own opinion, okay? I know this isn't like, I don't have any facts behind this, but I wholeheartedly believe that these people trying to get people fired from their jobs are overcorrecting because they have done something so bad. Like, it's like, I'm like, okay, well, what girl did you touch inappropriately, sir? Who were you grabbing? Who were you assaulting? You know, that's kind of how I feel about the people who constantly try to overcorrect and tear people down over like something very little, you know what I mean? But again, that's just my own conspiracy theory about it, okay? Because if you take a look at a lot of people trying to do that, if you just do the eyeball evaluation, you can kind of figure it out. But anyways, let's continue on to another reply from Librium. He did the ultimate soy move, wrote it and blocked. Now, this is something that's actually against Evan, and I don't think I'm sorry, guys. I don't have the screenshot. You guys are gonna have to take my word, okay? Because there are lots of screenshots about this. You can find it. I'm sorry if it's a lack of professionalism on my end, but Evan actually did talk to people, insult people, and then block them. This is actually something that I do believe that is kind of on the other side of Evan over here. Like, I'm not saying that I agree. Again, I don't even know what Evan was invested in. I'm just talking about solely my opinion on Tim Sweeney letting him express himself. I don't like the fact, though, that if you insult somebody and you just block them, then you're not open to retaliation. If you want to start the dialogue, especially when you're disrespecting somebody, I think that you should, at the very least, not block them and hear what they have to say and get into. But then again, if you're just calling someone a vile human being, what kind of rational conversation is there to be? There's no rational conversation to be had here, but regardless, I don't like the fact that you're insulting somebody and then you block them. I don't think that's, I mean, not right isn't the right way to put it, but I think it's a little bit of a weaker move in my opinion. Anyways, let's continue on to Pendum for Enjoyer. As much as I disliked him for killing Unreal Tournament, this is a W take. So you're seeing a lot of this, and this is just one of the example tweets that I took because a lot of people are saying, okay, I don't like that Tim did this. I don't like Tim for this. I don't even like Tim as a person, but I respect him for having his employees back. It's really, really nice that people have been able to put their dislike for Tim Sweeney aside and understand that he just did something good in this scenario. Because again, guys, you're seeing a lot of this, and honestly, it's very, very nice to see. Let's bring you over to another post by GHB Smith. I've read this so many times, Law. People should be free to voice their opinions without fear of losing everything. More companies need to stand with their employees when they become targets for BS like this. Now, I love this tweet because a lot of people are also talking about, well, like, what other company does this? What other company does this? Like, this isn't professional. It should be. It should be. You wouldn't want somebody censoring you for what you believe in. I guarantee it. How would you feel if the shoe was on the other foot? You know, it's like we're in grade 5 over here, okay? I don't think it's okay to do to people. Personally, I don't think it's okay to do to people, and I think that's a correct opinion to have. More companies need to stand with their employees when they become targets like this. They don't need to stand on what their employees believe in. Again, I don't even know what Evan was calling him a vile human being for, but he should be allowed to say it. He should be. just because the rule is so many people are censored, so many people have to tape their mouths shut. Like I said, I'm not a bad person, but I go to work every single day and I have to essentially be a different person. I have to go there and be an NPC just like everybody else. I can't have a conversation with anybody because if anything comes up, and again, guys, I don't know where you live, but it's so much worse where I live, where you say one thing that is, it's not even out of line. You get fired from your job. That's just the reality of the situation that we're in. It would be nice if everybody could be people again. My first job was at a McDonald's, and one of the greatest things about it is everybody could be themselves. The people who work there, the managers, the employers, they were really cool about it. They let everybody actually be themselves. That was also, to be honest with you, over 10 years ago. So the times were different back then, I guess. But I do believe companies should be more like this. I love the fact that Tim Sweeney actually stood up for his employee here. Again, I don't care what he had to say. He should have the right to express himself. And again, everybody watching this video, I can guarantee we can all find dirt on you. I can guarantee you that if you were the one who said something that you believe in and somebody was trying to get you fired from your job, you would be over here like, what? That's not fair. That's totally not okay. That's what I believe. And I don't think that having an opinion otherwise is really something that we should encourage, to be honest with you. Because again, everybody has a voice. You have a voice. I have a voice. We should be allowed to use that voice. In saying that, though, I also very much support somebody, and while people do have voices, if somebody has a stupid voice or something really, really dumb to say, I think everybody should also be open for criticism. I think it's just all fair game, in my opinion. If somebody goes on and wants to yap about something ridiculous, they should be able to take that criticism too. That's what I also believe. Okay, guys? Let me know what you think about this entire situation down below. Thank you very, very much for watching. If you guys are interested, take a look at this video over here where we dive into Somerset and a Twitter thread over here because she just had a moment of yelling at her squad, her teammate. A little bit of a weird situation, guys. If you're interested, check it out right here, guys. I will see you over there. Take care.